And welcome to Star Geekz. I don't know what Alil was just doing. That was gross. It threw me off. I couldn't even do my thing. But anyway, what's going on? What's happening? This is Sean.
This is Alil.
And this is Ed.
Oh, gross. I can't get it out of my head, man. It's like, you were doing this. It's so gross. Anyway, what's going on, man? How's everybody doing this week, man? What's going on? It's Wednesday. It's hump day, right?
Yes.
Can it be Friday yet? Jeez, it feels like a long Wednesday, but yes, it's Wednesday. It's been good.
Has anybody been doing anything Star Wars related? Well, we didn't do it last week, so like it's been a couple weeks.
And even the week before that, I got, or was it the last one? I wasn't here in my normal spot. It feels like I haven't been here in forever.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't been here forever either. Alil, what you do? Because I know you always at the parks. I know you was doing something.
I know, but I haven't. We don't go to Hollywood Studios until Easter. So like usually that's like our Star Wars day. Easter Sunday, we're gonna be going to Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it stinks though. Like I'm gonna miss May the 4th because I graduate that day, so I'll be in Tallahassee. So
damn it,
all the festivities that whole weekend I'm missing because like.
So what you're telling me is you're not gonna be able to get me the droid.
No, because I think it's Disneyland on May the 4th. It hasn't come into Disney World yet.
It'll come.
At least not announced yet. Not that I know of.
You know what? I'm probably just gonna order it from like one of those sniper people that like get stuff online.
Yo, those people are nuts, man. Like I saw a picture of a guy with especially the popcorn buckets, the Death Star popcorn bucket that's only in Disneyland. He was walking around with like them like all over his neck, on his arms. Like I'm like, I don't even know how you're carrying that shit. Like he's got to be swole like Ed just to be able to like hold them all up. Like he had 30 popcorn buckets.
I'm gonna need one of those.
Those things were selling for like $100-something. I'm like,
yeah, it was pretty expensive. You can't do shit, but still, it's pretty good. Like, yo, like they making money off those damn things. I kind of want one, man. So,
well, yeah, if I see the Death Star popcorn bucket, I'm gonna get one too. I mean, because I got the mouse droid and I got the Falcon.
I didn't know you had the mouse droid. I didn't know you had one.
Yeah, I got. What's coming for you too? It was supposed to be in your box. Happy birthday.
You didn't have to tell me with your martini.
Well, I spilled the beans. I'm a little buzzing.
That's pretty sweet though. That martini glass is pretty fucking sweet. Though. I'm gonna give you some kudos on that one, dog.
My Yeti martini glass, thanks to my in-laws. Yeah.
You just got to logo it up now.
Top too, like you can seal the top.
Yeah, you got to put like a Spider-Man logo on there or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, you probably should. It's because it's only hand wash it. Yeah, so
logo it up.
All right, well. Shit. All right. Well, shit. They ain't got nothing else to talk about. Well, I did get something before we start. Actually, I did. Now,
huh? You got a few things. Yeah.
Oh, I did. But working in New York now is just such an inconvenience for my pockets. I'm just letting you guys know this. It's very troubling. I don't like it. I fucking want to go back home and just stay home all the time because now it's too convenient to buy shit now. It's like, oh, well, damn, I wasn't getting that at home. So now guess what? Every Wednesday I'm going to comic book store again. Fuck my life. But I did score the facsimile, the metallic cover of Star Wars issue 1.
Yeah, it's the chrome cover.
Yeah, chrome cover. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, because Marvel's been releasing a bunch of those. They've been doing a ton. Like I got a couple of the Secret Wars ones like that and stuff like that. Just because I don't know, they were impulse buys, and then I look at them, I'm like, I have the originals. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, it's pointless. Like literally, it is pointless. But
you can display that behind some statues or something, like
No, what I'll do, I'll get another one next week, and I'll do a giveaway on the show.
Okay.
So yeah. Facsimile version. Just stay tuned next week, and I'll do a giveaway of this right here for the next show. So stay tuned for next week. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you're watching this week, tune in next week, and we'll be doing a giveaway.
All right. Very nice.
So again, living in fucking being in New York, you get fucking opportunities to get shit that I don't want to get that I needed, but I didn't really need it, but I did get it just because. So I was looking because I had the sideshow on time, but I have no figures for it. and it's just sitting there by itself or whatever. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get one of them old sideshow figures because those are the only ones. Because Hot Toys has not made a Hoth version of Luke, so I end up scoring the sideshow Hoth Luke Skywalker Tauntaun figure, Commander Luke Skywalker.
Okay,
it's cool. It comes with a cool base, but I'm not going to use any of that. But the figure itself is pretty cool. It's not great. It's an old figure, but I mean,
yeah, those old face sculpts weren't the best.
They really weren't. And so this is like, I mean, it's not a bad face sculpt. Actually, large and
no. You put the goggles on it while it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
His eyes look creepy though.
Yeah, no, it's weird. They look up, but you look at it, it does look kind of weird, actually. Yeah, but there's two head sculpts. There's another head sculpt too. There's like 3 head sculpts actually. So there's 2 head sculpts. So it comes with 2 head sculpts. Comes with a lightsaber. It's looks like shit. I guess I don't know why it's like all sparkly and shit.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make any
sense. It's weird. I mean,
it's like the plastic cracked inside.
Yeah, I think it is a little. To be honest, now that I'm looking at it, it does look a little off. It's very bad shape. Or maybe it was like this. I don't know. It's got a pointy thing, so I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't light up or anything, but yeah, it's just something to put on the Tauntaun because I can actually put it on the Tauntaun now and have him ride the Tauntaun. So it looks cool. I wanted to go with the goggles on because I wanted to go with more of a model maquette look for the Luke. So it's nice to have it. Just to actually I can put it on there now and it looks complete. So I'm happy about that.
No, it's very cool.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
No.
And you don't have to worry too much about the face sculpt because it is Empire Strikes Back, Hoth Luke, and his face was banged up anyway. So
it was banged up, wasn't it?
It's true. I mean, you could probably just put a lighter to that face and
yeah,
just as good.
Well, it just comes
especially in those early scenes.
It comes with one without it, so it's cool. But I don't care. I'm not going to use any of that anyway. But yeah, that is actually it. So, no, and no one else has anything Star Wars related. So,
no, not. I saw a few things, but then it's just like I just don't need anything right now.
No, you don't need nothing.
Dang well.
So
no.
Yeah, man, that's it. Shit. I mean, Ed, you got more news in a little bit, so shit. We're gonna get into your news segment. So
news.
I think Steve was supposed to change that, and I think he did, but I'm not sure if he did it yet. But anyway,
what we need in that montage is a picture of Ed in his
Jedi robes
video, in the Jedi robes that he was in that video that he made of himself. And was it the 90s? Ed, when did you make that?
Oh, the one for Survivor.
Yeah, the Survivor video.
I gotta tell Steve that.
Yeah, that thing will never die.
Anyway.
Well, there's a lot of excitement. We are on the countdown for Andor Season 2. I think we are 13 days and a handful of hours away from, actually it would be 9 o'clock. So just a little under 13 days now from the first 3-episode drop. They did give us a new 30-second spot. There wasn't a whole lot of new content, nothing that valued kind of pulling screenshots from it. It's just super exciting, and that's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, so 2 weeks from today, we'll be doing reviews. I mean,
I may not be there. I'm just thinking about it. You guys might have to do something on your own by yourself because there's a birthday that I got to celebrate and I can't miss it.
Hey, man,
schedule it early.
Family comes first. I get it.
We'll see.
There's probably gonna be a week there I'm gonna miss, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so 2 weeks. That's kind of nuts.
I know.
It feels like we just ran through those episodes. Now it just kind of feels so fresh. I kind of wish I did the same thing with Daredevil, even though that was 3 seasons.
I know.
But it's like just watching those, like the anticipation for season 2 is building up, and getting 3 episodes at once, like you're getting a mini movie.
Dude, I can't wait. I am so excited. Like I am very excited.
Yeah, I've been excited for something like this in a long time.
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird how you feel about it. You're like, oh, this is gonna be great.
We haven't had something Star Wars in a while like that we really cared about.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say we had Skeleton Crew, and that was fun to go through, but the anticipation was not the same.
Right. I mean, Skeleton Crew was great. We loved it. I'm not saying anything bad about that, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't something like this that ties into the original trilogy, that ties into Rogue One. I mean, this is kind of that centerpiece to bookend season 1 and Rogue One. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And lead into A New Hope. And it's
I watched Rogue One the other day, and it's so fucking good. It really
is so good.
It really is good.
You know, it's funny because I think even the first time I saw it, like I don't think I appreciate it. I mean, the Vader scene, of course, to me is like bar none one of the best 5 minutes of Star Wars ever. You know, like that scene was just insane. And when that happened in the theaters, I went nuts. But I don't think I appreciated that movie as much as I did after watching the first time season 1 of Andor.
Yeah,
you know, and just because again, even at that point, I was like, well, you know, I mean, like it's weird because like they all die. We know they all died. It's like, but I think season 1 of Andor helped with those characters even more. I don't know, it just kind of clicked. So I'm really hoping, and I know I feel it's gonna happen, right? Like season 2 is going to be good.
It's gonna be good.
And it's going to just make Rogue One even better. You know, I've talked about that with other movie series too. Like I think Steve and I talked about this before too, like when we were doing our DC movie review. And I gave high praise for Man of Steel. You know, like and but I said Man of Steel before BVS came out. Like BVS, if it's good, it's going to make Man of Steel even better. But if it's bad, it's going to make Man of Steel kind of feel worse. And it kind of did, right? Like it didn't. It kind of like hit a dud. It's just like when you watch those movie series or even TV shows, right? You have like a really good start and then it just peters out. But I think Andor has proven, at least season 1 to Rogue One, I think how much it's helped. It's made Rogue One an even better movie. Like Rogue One, I think I had it like 5 or 6 on my thing. I think right now I still praise the original trilogy.
I agree.
And it's bleeding into there, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it might be
there. It's pretty high. It's definitely high up there.
Yeah, it might be, you know, on par with my love for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
like it's getting there. Like it's getting there because to me, Empire is the best.
Yeah.
You know, but then I love A New Hope just because of some of the entrances. You know, it's like you watch the entrance of Vader, and you're just like the first time you see it, you're like, who the hell is this dude?
Right, agreed.
That feeling that it gives.
Yeah, you get all that, and then but like this is cutting in, and that's odd because I never feel that way with a lot of the newer movies. They never cut into the old school love.
Right.
One continues to get better and better.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping K2SO is awesome in this season. So
yes, indeed. Because I'm on the feed to get tons of Star Wars news, I get all kinds of things thrown at me, and I think this is one of the first times that I saw something from The Onion with relation to Star Wars pop up, and it just, I mean, if anybody's ever seen them, they are the most farcical stories known to man, but they are hilarious. And so basically the story is a Louisville man who expresses frustration and stunned disbelief at the woman's lack of enthusiasm for watching Star Wars. Basically, he hires a prostitute and brings her to a hotel room to watch A New Hope, and she falls asleep. And the way
wait, what?
Not in real life, Sean. It's a fake story, but
it's a fake story.
Okay.
But the way that it ends cracked me up because he says, "Well, it's her loss." He continued, "I had something wonderful to share with her, and she completely squandered it. But when pressed, the sex worker's pimp had reportedly arrived, sat down with him to watch the end of the movie as the two men sat crying, with Princess Leia presenting awards to the Rebels' new heroes." It's just
that is fantastic.
like I said, very few times the Star Wars hit the onion, but it just made me laugh.
It's kind of weird, but like you kind of like damn, I wonder what would happen if you actually did that.
Yeah.
How much money would you waste? But at the same time, how would you?
$375 according to the article.
I like that they had the exact cost of the 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Then he showed up to the hotel room with his own Blu-ray player and movie to plug into their television.
It's kind of funny, but kind of like awesome at the same time.
See, it would have been better if we brought a VHS player with the first cut, non specials or whatever Lucas called them.
True, that would have been good.
And that is the perfect segue into what's kind of a Star Wars Day in London as June 12th, because the British Institute of Film is showing the original cut of Star Wars. They're going to have deleted scenes and some other off things, because when this came out, because they are an institute, they still have their original version of the movie and they're showing it. Now, we've talked about it on here before. Every once in a while, you get a crazy report of somebody saying that the unedited first version is on some random like Roku channel. I can never find it. Either it never existed or the moment they talk about it, it gets pulled. But this is legit.
Wait, you don't have the unedited version? Like,
what
version? I got it on VHS, so I was just wondering.
If you own it, yes. But, I think that even when they showed up on VHS, they were still, because the one you probably have, which I think when it was first available VHS, it's called A New Hope. This is the version before it was even named. This was just Star Wars.
You know what's crazy? I did not know it was even called A New Hope till like years and years later. I thought it was just Star Wars.
Well, that's how it started. So
I have the original. Matter of fact, I have the original. The original pamphlet, and it was just Star Wars originally.
Yep.
So this was, and I don't think it even said New Hope on it. It just said Star Wars, and that's.
I think most people realized it when the re-releases were put in theaters in the 90s.
Yeah,
because I think before then, it popped up, and I do think it was named A New Hope at some point. Because you're right, because the VHS has changed once. Because they re-released these VHSs like how many times? Like even prior to Lucas messing with them, at least 2 or 3 releases were put out.
Yeah.
Then that new box set came out in the 90s.
Yeah. This was called Star Wars. It was not called New Hope. It was There's no reference in here of New Hope. Every little title it says Star Wars. This is from 1970, 77? This is was the original thing that was given out in the movies. Yeah, 1977. Yeah. Yep. And it was Star Wars. So. Crazy.
Yeah. So, opportunity to go and see the original unedited version.
Is it in 35 millimeter?
I do not know what.
I wonder if they have a reel instead of,
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah. Well,
I bet they do. I mean, if they are the
it was the
British Film Institute. I mean,
correct. And again, it was the original one they received when it came out. So they've had it in their vault the whole time. We had our little special, but talked about Star Wars Tales of the Underworld.
We did. I haven't aired it, but I'm going to air it on this one.
I'm excited to get that.
I was going to ask if you guys did air that, because I was like, I haven't seen that post yet. I was like,
I'm sorry. I've been busy at work. I'm sorry.
Hey,
nobody's complaining. But so, obviously, if you're watching this now, then at some point you'll be able to see our quick take of going through that, which it's super exciting and was very surprising. I had no idea we were getting it. I assumed we were going to get something, but I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I agree.
So a follow-up on previous news, we talked about these items going to auction. Well, that auction has come and gone. I
can't believe you paid that for that bowcaster, Sean.
Damn.
That was crazy. The metal went for the low end of what they were thinking. They had estimated it somewhere between 300,000 to 600,000. It went for 378. That bowcaster, they figured that was 250 to 500. Went for $768,000.
God dang.
Crazy money.
And that metal was the screen used one?
Yes, it was.
Well, that's why.
I'm shocked that it actually went for so low. That metal.
So am I.
You know,
I agree too.
Because of being screen used, but it's also the metal, right? Like nobody cares about that scene. Everyone laughs at that scene at the end. You know, it's like yeah.
I don't know, but it was.
I mean, I'd rather invest in a bowcaster. Look at that thing.
Oh, I know.
That bowcaster I heard is heavy. It's really heavy.
I actually think that's low for that thing. I'm shocked that it didn't go for $1 million.
I'm surprised too.
The bowcaster. I mean, I know that they had an anticipated. What did you say? 3 to 5.
250 to 5.
250 to 5. But I don't know. Like when you see prop weapons, not replica.
I mean, a little $786,000. I mean, $768,000 is a lot of fucking.
It's a lot of money, but I you know, well,
that's half a mil. Like that's like no.
If the economy was in a better spot, I think maybe we would have seen $1 million. If this was like 2 years ago when like collectibles were soaring,
oh yeah,
I guarantee that would have been more.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think these are lows. I think all the people who bought these things
got a deal.
5 years from now, you're gonna see these things double.
Yeah, you definitely got a steal for that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean the medallion Mark Hamill wore on screen. Are you kidding me?
Well, they're not sure if it was that one or they're speculating it was actually it might be the Harrison Ford one, but they don't know.
Either or.
Either way. I know. I'm just saying.
Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford wore it on screen. I was like, okay.
So
I own the one that Chewbacca went on screen.
Yeah, we all have that one. Poor bastard.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
But see, he's laughing now because he's like, "Yeah, look at your medal for $378,000. My bowcaster went for $750,000."
Yeah, but what would Han's gun go for right now?
Yeah, that one's iconic. So
I mean, yeah, what it went for $1 million, didn't it?
Yeah, but it probably would go. Was it $1 million? I thought it was less, but
I thought it was $1 million. Maybe I'm crazy. Ed, you have to check the facts on that one at some point, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it was pretty high though. It was expensive.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Other follow-up news: we had talked about this game that they were going to be showing at Celebration, and it being a turn-based style, but they actually started to give us a couple screenshots from it. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I like turn-based games, so I'm sure I'll at least play it and see how it is. But
nah, pass.
Well,
me and Steve ain't playing it. I'll tell you that.
I don't know if it's. I haven't played Midnight Suns. If it plays like.
Although you just answered your question right there.
I haven't played Midnight Suns,
and you damn for sure gonna play this.
I mean, you're right, you know. But I was thinking about what was that other Marvel game? It's kind of like it's not an RPG though.
Are you talking about
Ultimate Alliance?
Ultimate Alliance, but we had fun with that. We played that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like if it kind of played similar to that, I can see us getting into that. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it'd be nice. But
we would all play that, but of course, I don't know. Well, if that's not your cup of tea, then you can always try the Beyond Victory, which is a game that they are going to be showing at Celebration as well. This is
mixed reality.
It is a mixed reality game for the the Quest 3. Pod racing. I don't know what else is involved. We haven't seen any screenshots yet. They're gonna have to wait until Celebration. So it'll be interesting, especially as a mixed reality.
I have a Quest. Well, Alex has a Quest. My son has a Quest. So
which version do you have?
I think he's got the 3.
All right, because I think we only have the 2. So I don't know if it'll play on that. It doesn't sound like it. Yeah, I don't know myself.
I'll have to check. So
I'll be excited to see what it looks like. I know VR has kind of fallen off the front line as far as things are concerned. So I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then we've got some collectibles that are, well, a couple of these are from last week.
What's up, Zombie?
What's going on, Zombie?
Some zombie.
This was last week. It is the Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper. Yeah. I mean, I can see doing.
Is that I don't get it. So what do you mean by?
No, I don't think anyone gets it.
They're doing these because of the Japanese or the Celebration Japan.
Celebration Japan, right? But like,
yes,
it looks to me like blood splatter. Like I would be happy with a blood splattered Stormtrooper. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but it's Japan, dude. Like, you know, they're gonna come up with something very artisan and very artsy and something that speaks to the culture. You know,
yeah, I can see the patterns now. I was looking because when I look at the one to my left, like the further view, it looks like blood splatter. But then when I look at that close up, you can see kind of more of the flower pattern.
Yeah,
so
that's where I was thrown off. I was like, wait, what is this? So.
Yep, and they have a Darth Vader. Now this one's got the blue, red, kind of purple highlights to it.
I kind of like that because it looks like it's illuminated with its lightsaber, like going in a battle.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Well, you don't need that. I don't need it either. I'm not going to get it. No, I'm not getting it, but I do like that kind of flair to it, right? Like if you had a Luke in front of him with, or even the Obi-Wan with the blue lightsaber, like that, you get that like reflection off of his mask look. I like that. I think that's kind of cool.
No, it is a very interesting look to it.
I kind of like that. Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? The Mondo action figures, the 12-inch action figures. You know how they have that, like the cartoon Venom and stuff like that with the purple and the blue and the.
Yeah.
I like that.
So. It's what the Return of the Jedi colors, right? I think that's what it was from. Am I crazy?
No, it should be, right?
Go back.
Oh, I think it was. Jedi was green, right? Like
I think it was like the color of the color of the poster, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's cool. I'm asking. That's something I'm jumping on, but it'll go up in price though, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Is that an exclusive for the con, or is that?
Yeah, it's an exclusive, I think.
So there is the
Zombie, you getting it?
Zombie. You getting it, Zombie? Come on, man. You need to get it and let us know what you think of it.
Don't let Alil talk you into buying shit. he's good.
I've had a couple martinis already tonight, so sorry.
So here's the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, the Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is the 6-inch, and they're saying that this one's going to retail for around $79.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, those SH figure arts are expensive as shit. They are very expensive.
And I don't understand why.
I'm not. If I had $80 and I was the biggest Obi-Wan fan, I would not buy this.
Yeah.
Like number one, like I look at the knee hinges right there. Like I do not like that at all.
Not for that price point.
They're pretty stable. Like they are very.
I get that they're stable. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, they're really, when you see them up close, they're fucking dope as shit. Like they really look good. But it's not.
I agree, Zombie. Like the Vader. I want to go back to that Vader, but we'll talk about that later.
There's a couple of hot toys. Got your Phantom Menace, the Darth Maul concept. Cool look. The thing that really jumped off with this one,
I don't like that.
The face sculpt,
eyes.
Like
it's kind of cool.
It looks like football pads, man. It looks like he's got football pads on.
Well, but it's based off of the concept art.
I know. I just don't like. I don't like his armor. Like it doesn't flow with the character, right? Like the character is very.
Well, have you seen you've seen the original concept art though, right?
I have seen the art. I do like that. I do understand the concept art, and I'm glad they didn't go with the concept art.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I just don't.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love the concept art of anything. I kind of hope that they go down the Macquarie concept art Hot Toys figures. Like I would like to see R2D2 in those concept art. I actually might end up pulling trigger on those.
If you would, because you love the Macquarie stuff.
Yeah,
but some of the Macquarie stuff's not great. We've seen. Remember, I don't know if you remember at Star Wars Launch Bay. I was taking those pictures and sending them to you guys. There's some of that concept Macquarie art that I don't like how it looks.
I love every single bit of it, bro. Every single bit of it. There is nothing Macquarie that I
go back to that those pictures and
I have the ships, the ships that were like, presenting. I had those ships. Like I have them in little Hot Wheels. But anything Macquarie concept art, I love it. Like I really do hope they go down that ladder. Like I'm really, really waiting for that because they've only done the statue in the Macquarie style. But they haven't done a Hot Toy version of that, and I actually want to fucking see that because they can do the Boba Fett version, the Stormtrooper versions. They can do a lot with that concept art shit. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. But yeah, the R2D2 and the C3PO is a definite. I will buy both of those 100% just to have them.
Well, there we go. It's out there.
Fuck.
The reason to make them.
Sean will pull the trigger.
I'm 100% people are they're gonna sell out really quick though. Like because that's just the thing. Star Wars.
I just don't like the armor. I don't like the armor. Like his face sculpt here, and I like the little zigzag thing on his head. Mm-hmm. Like that stuff, like that all kind of is cool.
Right.
I just don't like that armor.
Mm.
Well, maybe if it was black, it would be different, but
yeah. And there's the Darth Vader, Anakin, as the Sith apprentice.
Yo, this shit looks crazy. And it's the artisan version, so it's like it has hair and shit.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea. I mean, I don't like the whole rooted hair thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of Barbie-ish, right?
It is, but there's a fan base for this stuff though. So it's not.
Oh yeah.
But that face sculpt with those red eyes, that's crazy awesome looking.
It looks amazing, man.
Now, I know you were talking earlier with your
that
Hoth
base.
Luke. Now, this is getting a face sculpt right.
Yeah.
Well,
these things are. I mean, what you have is good. Of course, this is just the progression of time. As they've gone on and developed these, they've just made them so lifelike now.
Yeah, the digital scanning for the face sculpts that they're using now on the Hot Toys is crazy. I mean, even the old Hot Toys were great because I got some of the original like Iron Man ones with Robert Downey Jr. look great. But when I see the ones now, I'm like, man, like just the texture, just the shading, everything is just ridiculous. Even the eyes.
I agree. It is pretty.
It's kind of scary.
It's
right.
It is. It's very scary.
Like it's almost Uncanny Valley. I'm looking at it. I'm like, because I have a newer one, like a newer Iron Man too, and I'm like, that's kind of scary.
Kind of cool though. Gotta give them credit.
It's true.
They've got it down to a science for sure.
They do. They have that shit mastered. Listen, they've come a long fucking way since the beginning, like when they first started. Dog. So I gotta give them fucking credit. Like whatever the fuck they doing over there, man, they're pulling that shit off like it ain't nothing. So respect to them.
Very true.
So how much is it to have like an individual one-off Hot Toy made?
Way too much because like they're not gonna make one.
Yeah,
you're gonna
body scan yourself. You picture yourself. It's weird. It comes out weird. Doesn't look like you at the end of the day. No.
Yeah, because I know we had and sent out the Funko Pops. Like I want to see the Geekz version of Hot Toys.
I mean, I think the closest thing we would ever get, but we didn't pull the trigger and do it, was when Hasbro did those.
No, but they
6-inch versions.
It came out horrible.
Yeah, they were not good.
You know what though? Disney does the Tron figures with your face, kind of.
Do they?
Yeah, at the Tron ride.
When they start doing that, I never realized that.
I'm pretty sure they do that, or they were doing that, or they were going to do that. I can't remember now. But they were supposed to, because you're supposed to get your own figure with the Tron suit.
They did not fucking do that when I was at Disney last time, bro.
I'll double check. I'm at the Magic Kingdom on Sunday, so I'll double check.
You would. Thank you. I appreciate you though for that.
But if they do, I'll see if they can scan it off a picture and get your guys' picture. Although it'll look weird because it'll be like a flat picture.
Yeah, I'll wait till I go back to Disney and see what happens. I'll gamble on that one. I'll be right if Star Wars Celebration is in Florida next time, definitely. God,
team meeting.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right
Fingers
now.
crossed. I'm hoping so, man.
We're all staying at your house. You know that, right?
You're all welcome. I mean, everybody on the feed and chats and stuff, I'd love to have you, but I don't know if I have enough room for everyone.
No, we don't need that. It's just me, Ed, and Steve. And
everybody will be sleeping head to toe, you know.
I don't give a shit. If we got to cuddle, we got
Ed, as long as you're the big spoon, I'll be your little spoon any day.
Yeah, fuck that. Listen. Man. Yeah, anyway. All right. So that's it. That's it on news. No more news.
That's it on news. Yes.
Shit. All right. Well, shit. We can get into our character profile of Saw Gerrera. Like, I don't really have much on this. I don't have wish I had an intro, which I probably should next time when we do profile.
All right.
But hey, do you think, man?
And we
teach us about Saw.
This was perfect because, again, with all the anticipation for Andor, I'm sure we're going to see Saw Gerrera at multiple times in those arcs because it's not just the story progression. There is a progression for him as a character. And the more we kind of look into it, I'm excited to see both the story, but where he falls into it. So here's just kind of a quick look as far as if you want to watch what's out there. So you've got the Clone Wars. Clone Wars was the first time that we actually saw him on screen because that took place even before Rogue One. There are a couple of Bad Batch episodes, and then he comes back again in Rebels. Mm-hmm. I kind of put together a little timeline so you can get an idea of where he falls into it. Jeez. So you've got the Clone Wars, which was in October of 2012. That was the first time we get to see him. He comes back again in Rogue One. Then it's Star Wars Rebels, Bad Batch. He shows up in the Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh shit, does he? I forgot.
Yes. It was that whole thing on Kashyyyk.
He did. It was damn, that's right.
Yes. Then he came back in the Bad Batch. We're going to get then we got Andor, and now we're getting Andor season 2. So that's just kind of like the timeline progression as far as his appearance throughout. Now, he as a character was actually a concept of George Lucas for the television show, the Star Wars Underworld or 1313. So they kind of pulled it out from that when they were doing the Clone Wars episodes.
Nice.
And his name kind of has a derivative of Che Guevara, which was a Cuban revolutionary.
I love that artwork. Is that concept art?
That is exactly what that is.
Holy shit. That is fucking like, yo, you see how he's sitting on top of the fucking like the helmets, and that's dope. Wow.
Well,
that's cool.
If you're a movie aficionado and are familiar with Apocalypse Now, you can see the similarity.
Oh yeah, I was like wondering, like that looks familiar, but yeah.
Yes, and that is why, because again, if you think of the character, both Saw Gerrera and not Charlton Heston, drawing a blank on the actor's name from The Godfather, Brando.
Brando. Yeah.
His character in Apocalypse Now.
Damn, man.
Now, if you're wondering where he's from, he is from Onderon.
Oh my God, dude, you are the best, dog.
Now, Onderon is an inner rim planet, but it's on the outer edge of the inner rim. So that kind of gives you an indication, because when we first see him in those first 4 episodes, so that's season 5, episodes 2, 3, 4, and 5, you've got a War on Two Fronts, Frontrunners, The Soft War, and Tipping Point. That's when we get to see Saw Gerrera for the first time on screen.
Yes, and I do remember that episode. It was a good episode.
And just kind of try to blow through this fairly fast, but just to give an idea of the character and who he is and his motivation. So the background story is you've got the Clone Wars that are going on. Onderon ends up falling into the hands of the Confederates, separatists.
Yes.
The Jedi are spread thin. They're trying to figure out a way to help them without helping them. So they make an agreement to where it ends up being Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka who go to the planet to help, and they bring Rex with them to help teach the rebel or that rebel group on Onderon how to fight the separatists. So they go through, you get to kind of meet them for the first time as far as a group. Now, you can tell right away that Saw he's all soldier. He likes to fight. He enjoys the fight. He thinks of himself as the leader, but he's really not. He's kind of, I think, and we find out that Steela is his sister. She is more the leader of the group. She more understands what it is to lead people and to have them respect and follow you. I mean, he's brash. He makes the whole thing where they're talking about, oh, we got to go take a droid down. No problem. He just goes, rips the head off, and brings it back. So he's all action.
Hey, this was the episode that I think I'm 100% sure. What episode was this again? What season? Season 2, right?
Season 5.
Season 5.
Yes.
That's the first time we see Saul?
Correct.
Okay, damn. I thought it was one of those episodes where they were on top when they first started training them. I thought I seen Ahsoka on top of a tank. Was that?
You did.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the fucking mind you. I was not into the Clone Wars at all. That episode I watched when I seen fucking Ahsoka on top of a fucking tank blocking fucking shit and she was going. Yo, that is the fucking episode that fucking sold me on this show. I can tell you right now, when I seen her on that, I was like, yo, I got to go back and watch the Clone Wars. Yo, when that was the episode that sold me on this shit. And I'm telling you, Ed, to this day, I remember that shit. I was like, yo, Ahsoka. I think that's where I started liking Ahsoka. It wasn't, I think I kind of like skipped through the Clone Wars. I didn't really pay attention to it like that. Like I wasn't really into it deep. And then I watched that episode, man, and think that was the year that I went back and watched the whole goddamn thing. And Alil, this is we were together then. I think I was like, yo, y'all gotta go back and watch the Clone Wars. And I remember having this conversation with y'all, and man, I fucking tell you, dog, that is what sold me on Ahsoka. And that was the episode. I can remember it like it was fucking yesterday. And I'm telling you, that shit was amazing to me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Because of the actions, the group actually elects his sister Steela to be the leader. And you can tell why. I mean, she's the better fit. And one of the good things one of the reasons why they were talking about, they're plotting all of these moves against the droids. Saul is like, we're going to take the fight right to the city and just blow shit up. And of course, everybody's like, but the collateral damage, he doesn't care. For him, it's the mission and it's the end no matter what. Whatever collateral damage happens. His sister is more on the other side of going, well, we want these people to support us, so we can't put them in harm's way. But it gives you an early indication of how Saw Gerrera thinks. He doesn't care. For him, it's the mission and the outcome above everything else. And they make it perfectly clear. And he doesn't even understand part of the message. So in those episodes, the king of Onderon was deposed. The separatists put a puppet in. The king's in prison. And it's Saul who, on his own, goes to rescue him. And the king explains what happened. He's like, this whole thing is my fault. He's like, I opened the door to joining the Republic or the Confederacy, except I chose neither. So he tells them, look, because I didn't pick a side, I put us all in harm's way. But Saul doesn't see it. He just basically goes, well, he put his people before everything else. And that's not the message the king was trying to tell him. But again, it's just how Saul just interprets everything and kind of takes it to that next, like, again, mission above everything else.
Well, that's why at the end of the day he fails.
So, in one of the attacks, his sister ends up dying. There are some droid ships. Saul actually shoots one down with a shoulder-mounted rocket. I mean, it's a droid ship, so it still is aware. And it's falling from the sky. It aims for her. She ends up going off a cliff. Ahsoka tried to save her, but she got shot in doing so. But this is another one of those moments to where it never leaves Saw. Like, the loss of his sister haunts him all the way through.
Does he blame? He didn't blame Ahsoka though, right?
No. Actually, he blamed himself.
Uh-huh.
He said he blamed himself because he was the one who shot the ship down, and then it careened into the spot where she was. So he took all the blame himself.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
Here's where we see him again in the Bad Batch. So this was the very first episode of the Bad Batch. This was when the Clone Force 99 was sent to Onderon. It was kind of a double-edged piece because Grand Moff Tarkin kind of realized they were off the reservation, so to speak. And he sends them there to basically kill what he said were a separatist group that were uprising. And of course, they recognized him and knew who he was. And he's like, look. And of course, at the same time, remember, that's when everything kind of shifted because they did not finish the mission. Crosshair doesn't like the whole idea that they didn't do what they were sent to do. And the other clone troopers come in and start that whole firefight.
Right.
So.
Okay.
We get him again in season 2, episode 15. This was the whole piece where they were in that meeting. I think it was I think I have my notes in here. Iriadu with Grand Moff Tarkin. And again, this kind of goes to show that Saw will do anything to achieve the mission.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about nobody else but the mission.
Nope. And he was the one who set the explosives off no matter what. And if you think about it, because of the timing of his setting off the explosives, that's the reason that That's
why Tech fucking died.
Yes. So again, and he would not have cared. Now, some of the things that take place in between these, there's some mention of him in episodes to where he doesn't appear in. And one of them that I thought was interesting was that at one point you've got Admiral Yularen having a conversation with Skywalker and Kenobi, and Yularen's like, "Sir, we received a transmission from someone using your subspace frequency fulcrum." So even at that point, Anakin had trusted Saw Gerrera to be part of the underground rebellion movement. And that's what Skywalker looks at him and goes, "Are you talking about Saw Gerrera?" And that's when Kenobi's like, "Well, perhaps the siege at Onderon's going for the worst." And that's when Yularen's like, no, it wasn't him. But the fact that they assumed he was using that secret code way back then just kind of puts in position where he is and what he's doing the whole time. So following along, here's your images from the Fallen Order, where again, it's him working with the whole thing on Kashyyyk.
I remember that.
Yep. Freeing the Wookiees.
Yeah. That was so fucking such a great game, man.
And now we get to see in a timeline as far as because this is obviously before Rogue One.
Right.
But it also kind of continues to paint the picture as far as who he is. I mean, in that whole conversation, as I had put up there, he tells them, "You've got all these groups doing everything. I am the only one with clarity of purpose." He does not think anyone else has what it takes to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But, and again, this goes to show because, Luthen tells him what's going to happen. And at first, he's kind of on the line of like, well, you're going to sacrifice 30 men, plus Krieger. So, well, it's for the greater good. He's like, call it what you will. Well, let's call it war. I mean, he again recognizes that, in order to achieve the objective, you got to burn people.
Right. Crazy. Okay.
Slip back to where's.
Hey, you get your deep dive and profiling is just it's craziness. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So here's where he jumps in at Star Wars Rebels. So again, just trying to stay within that same timeline because we would assume that what happened with Luthen took place just before this. Right. Now, this was the episode where they go to Geonosis because Saw Gerrera has reports that the Empire is working on some big project. We saw it in Attack of the Clones at the very end. You know, they have the little hologram of the Death Star. So that's where
blind Kanan and fucking Captain Rex, old man Captain Rex in the background. It's so crazy to me. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But he's going because he's heard that, you know, they have this something. There's a plan. They find the single Geonosian. And he demonstrates he doesn't care. He tortures this guy. He electrocutes him. He threatens to shoot they have an egg. And the whole time the guy, like you could see up in the corner, I put the little shot to where he asks him what's going on and he draws the circle within a circle. Now, we know what it is because we can look at it and assume it's the Death Star.
Yeah.
But they still don't know. And it's also at this point where he drops the hologram that he carries of his sister. So again, it just goes to prove what's driving him this whole time. He goes off on Ezra, explaining that they're in a war and it's loss. The whole thing with his sister sits in his head that you lose things and he will go to any extreme. Same thing. He's torturing him. And he, at one point in talking to Kanan, your methods are soft, Jedi. We lost the last war because of you. I won't lose this one. He blames the Jedi for not be willing to do what he thinks is necessary to win a war. Again, an absolute extremist. We get the next one of him later on in Rebels. Now, this one's interesting because he calls out Mon Mothma.
This is when he's older, a little bit older, right?
Yes, and he goes back and forth between hair, no hair.
Yeah.
His look is interesting as it changed throughout.
Yeah, it does look, it does switch out.
Yeah,
which is weird. Which is weird because, you know, what's called never like he's just getting older. So it's like
he also aged crazy style. From that first you know, the 10 years between Clone Wars to Rebels.
Yeah, of
for
course.
15 years.
So he ends up showing up on a mission where he wanted them to blow up a station. They weren't willing to do it. They wanted to keep it active. He shows up, saves Ezra and Sabine, and in doing so, blows the whole thing up anyway. Takes them with him, and that's when they find that giant Kyber crystal.
Yeah.
And are still trying to figure out what's going on. Now, it's interesting because, again, this will lead him to Jeddah, which is where we will catch up with him at some point in Andor Season 2, because there's obviously a big range of time that takes place throughout. But we know that it's this find that he's going to come across that puts him on the path heading to Jeddah. And again, it's the same MO over and over. He stuns the two of them and is willing to sacrifice the entire ship to get through what he needs to get done. They had prisoners, didn't care. We see him in Rogue One, which is when because he was put on the whole mission to help protect the Ursos.
Right.
So he was also involved in helping when it came to Lyra, getting Galen out of the Empire, helped hide him away, and obviously had the connection. So if the Empire found him.
You think we'll see Jen Erso? No, right? Well, I don't think we'll see Jen Erso in this.
Well, if we did, it would be interesting because remember, she stayed with him for a while.
Right.
Like she was with him for I think like 8 years.
But Andor's older, so it's like we're still on that. Like, so I don't know where this kind of. Well, I don't know because we're gonna see Saw Gerrera, but maybe we won't see. Maybe we won't see her.
I don't think we do because we're introduced to her basically in Rogue One.
Right.
Well, now this would be an interesting Easter egg to throw in because at some point between the age of 8 and 16, she's part of his gang. Yeah. His whole rebellion group, she's part of it, and he even says she's like his best soldier.
Right, and they're showing his gang in the fucking trailer.
Yes. Huh. So depending on
good point, but it might have been the same actress, right?
No. Well, she would be much younger, so you could just plug somebody in, and again, you don't have to call it out. You could put it in there, and we can look at it and just kind of do what
similar
we do
clothing or something like that.
Yeah, and speculate that it would be her. It was when she turned 16 that there starts to get this rumor mill that her father is an Imperial scientist, and he had just basically abandoned her because he knew that if with the thugs that he hangs out with, if they figure out that she's got a tie, they're either going to use her as a hostage or execute her or something crazy because they're all the same as him. Now, some of the other non-screen versions, he's appeared in a few books. Now, there is one that's interesting to where he ends up detonating a bomb in the residence of Moff Panaka, which, if the name sounds familiar, he was the head of security for Padme, the guy with the eye patch. He ends up on the side of the Empire, and he ends up as a Moff. Saw Gerrera blows up his residence, almost ends up killing Princess Leia when she's young at the time, almost ends up killing her. But in that story, it's interesting because it actually probably helped her because Panaka had put some clues together and had figured out that Leia was Padme's daughter and was probably would have gone to the Emperor and told him what he found out. But Saw Gerrera blew him up. When we see Saw Gerrera in Rogue One, I mean, he is almost like the rebellion version of Darth Vader.
He is.
He is more machine.
Yeah.
Metal legs. He's got the breather. I mean,
there's nothing left of him. He's just like a.
No, he's just been taken apart. Mentally, physically, there is nothing left of him at the end.
Yeah.
So, given the opportunity to kind of see him progress in Andor and how he fits into that timeline and how it all works, I'm excited to see. I mean, obviously he's not the focus, but he plays a pretty major role in what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, he plays a huge role in the rebellion, period. So he pretty much the beginning of what kind of started, but like he's a little bit more on his own.
But he's an extremist.
Yeah, he's extremist,
right?
I mean, and it depends on who you ask. I mean, I'm sure the Empire, he's a terrorist. Even to some rebels, he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, we can look at Luthen and see that Luthen is willing to do things and push it to an extreme because his whole motive is he knows he needs to get the Empire to come down hard, and he will push certain buttons to go there. Saw Gerrera, he takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, but Luthen, but Luthen still has care, right? There's still something there. Saw just does without, sometimes even without, it feels like without even thinking.
Oh, absolutely. And again, it's all about him and his group. He doesn't go out beyond that. And of course, with his paranoia, because even when Jyn Erso shows up in Rogue One, he thinks that the rebels sent her to kill him.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust anybody.
You sent them to kill me. You're killing me. You're coming to kill me. It's so crazy.
So,
Ed,
all good stuff.
Ed, you know what you get this week? You get it like every other week. Because, man, you did your homework and you brought your A game, brother. I appreciate you for just giving the great content, man. And you hit us up at 9:59. It's actually now 10 o'clock, which is right on the money.
On the button.
Listen, if you enjoyed all of this that Ed does, listen, we appreciate it. He does his homework and he does his thing. He is the Star Wars, how do I want to say? The Yoda, the guru of shit. So we definitely appreciate you, Ed. Thank you for doing your homework. And listen, I mean, that's all we said it all. Ed said it all. Not much else to talk about. If you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, give a like, and make sure you give us those thumbs up. We appreciate it.
And if anybody has any other characters that they'd like to get more information to break down, throw out some ideas. I mean,
please.
I love doing the homework.
Yeah, he's fucking a master at it. Make sure you check us out Saturdays. Ed is not on that show, but we still do cool shit.
Yeah. And Ed is always welcome to join. He might pop in. You never
pop
know.
in once in a while.
As what or who? Never
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm mad.
But it is awesome. Ed, one day you guys show up as like a Jedi or something, a Sith. I don't know. You gotta figure that one out one day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ed. I can see
all you have to do is ask.
I can see.
It's your show now.
Darth Maul cosplay?
I did. It was when Phantom Menace first dropped. I was pulling screenshots because there was nothing. It was before the movie came out. I was pulling screenshots, and I probably still have it. I mean, I had hair at one point. I wasn't always bald, so I got
the same boat, buddy.
I got a bald cap. And I found horns and glued it on and hand painted it so I could put it on my head and then paint my face to match the skull cap. Oh yeah, no, I went. It's not.
You need to bring that back now.
I
you
might
don't have to worry about the bald cap now.
Yeah, well then you got to glue the horns on your head, but it was pretty easy. Maybe I was bald and I just did it for ease, less hand painting. I could probably dig out one of those pictures from somewhere.
Pictures, please. Pictures, please.
Well, I was working at MBNA at the time, a suit and tie banker, and because there was such hype behind the movie, surprise, surprise, I went to work in costume.
Of course you did.
What did they think of that?
Yeah, I think the guy I worked for at the time was like, "Who the hell did I hire?"
Is this guy in blackface?
He's lucky he's got some red mixed in there.
Yeah, you were lucky, buddy. Oh man. Yeah. So shit. Hey man, listen. Check us out every week. We'll be here next Wednesday on the road to Andor. Oh, what are we talking about next week? What's
Well, I didn't know if we wanted to go into and just talk about all of our hopes, dreams, and speculation for Andor season 2.
I like it.
Yeah, I think we could do that. We're hoping.
So.
That'd be dope. Yeah, man. Shit. Till next week. This is Sean.
This is Alil.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
Okay.